This morning, Ford Motor Company will unveil its plan to use wearable technology to lighten the load on some of its human workers. Exoskeleton vests are being introduced in 15 auto plants in 7 countries. They are meant to protect workers against repetitive stress injuries. The business of providing technology to augment the human workforce is expected to boom in the coming years. First on CBS This Morning, Kris Van Cleave takes us inside Ford's high-tech plan.
Good morning. It's not exactly the Iron Man suit, but this is the vest that Ford is giving to employees worldwide. They cost about $6 grand, and the goal here is to see if they'll reduce injuries, which is good for the workers, and could save Ford a lot of money. For 6 years now, Nicholas Gott spends much of the day on the Ford Mustang assembly line, reaching up, hands in the air, and turning screws.
My gun is about a pound or two, but you lift it up 500 times a day.
But unlike most of the workers at Ford's Flat Rock plant, Gott's gets a little extra boost.
They call me Rocket Man or Superman all the time, or Mr. Incredible.
It's an exoskeleton that helps maintain good posture, adding up to 15 pounds of support to each arm when it's raised up.
Wearing the suit, I'm tired. I can go home and have fun, go play catch with the daughter. Quality of life is a lot better with the suit.
Exoskeletons date back to at least the 1960s when General Electric developed this giant prototype for the military, and they've shown promise in helping people with spinal cord injuries walk. Analysts expect the exoskeleton market to grow from $68 million in 2014 to $1.8 billion in 2025.
It's about applying technology the right way to reduce injury.
Marty Smets, an ergonomics expert at Ford, is focusing on shoulder injuries. They can cost $100,000 per employee to fix and rehab.
If you think about 15 pounds applied several thousand times over the course of a shift, we figure it's about the equivalent of not having to lift the mass of 20 Mustangs per day per arm. Here at Boeing's Charleston, South Carolina plant, they've been evaluating suits like this one for the last couple of years and have found some real benefit to the workers. In fact, the company believes the day could come that this suit is essentially just part of what workers wear when they're building airplanes. Fire in the hole. Structure mechanic Tyrone Washington showed us how it works at the plant's training center.
All day, you're talking anywhere from 500 to 1,000 fasteners joining the crown.
That's a lot of lifting.
It's a lot of lifting.
Even at 8 pounds.
Even at 8 pounds.
That's 8,000 pounds. Washington was part of a 6-month pilot program on the line that builds the 787. Are you looking forward to the day that this is part of the daily uniform?
I am. It's a dream come true to be able to be a part of all new technology.
Not every worker who builds a Ford like this Mustang will end up needing one of these suits because not every job requires them, but they are going to become a lot more common here on the line. For CBS This Morning, Kris Van Cleave, Flat Rock, Michigan.
I think they're onto something.
I mean, the key, the point that Kris makes about bringing down medical costs for people who are working on these assembly lines and how this can be beneficial is...
Makes economic sense, yeah.
I think Klaus on Steadicam wants one.
He says he already has one.
He's the original prototype.
He's the original exoskeleton.
He can do it without the exoskeleton.